Welcome to Rockingham. It's round 6 of 2017 and we have 3 rounds left after this. It's Thundersport 500 Cup. Now the 500s are on the back of the Super T grid here, so let's see how we get on. Either way, it's the same old story in terms of the championship. Number 51 there, orange bib, of course. All of these guys are pretty much rookies. Campion has just been the runaway leader in this championship, and he takes the whole shot here at Rockingham. Oh dearie me, someone's just gone on the grass, and that didn't look like it's going to end too well either. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to remount or not, but a bit of a problem there. Campion won both races yesterday from Shrubsall, and well, coming into this event, Adam Campion had a 169 point lead, which he's only extended after the 2 wins yesterday. What it means is that when we go to Anglesey next time out, Campion could become the first Thundersport champion of 2017. There are a few other riders that could technically wrap things up, but he has been in a world of his own, and we are on board there with Shrubsall. He finished second in both of those races. Syd, the Thundersport 500's on the back of the Super Team grid. I presume that's just purely down to the fact that it's a rare round of the year where we've not had about 1 million Thundersport 500s entering. Yeah,
that's absolutely right. As we'll say it over and over and over again, Rockingham's the Marmite circuit, 50% lover, 50% hater. So if you got 50%, like if you got some people who think, well, I'd rather not do all the rounds this year. If there's a round they're going to drop and they hate this place, then they'll drop this. And so it does end up with lower than what we've become used to normal entries. Having said that, we also have rather a high rate of attrition here at Rockingham, which is a bit of a shame. So by the time we get to TV day anyway, there's usually an incredible lack of riders that grace the grid.
Well, at the moment, Adam Campion in charge of this one, as he has been all season long. Adam Campion now, in fairness, is a rider that is more than capable of inching closer and closer to podiums in the main class. That's how good he has become. There he is with his orange bib on. In second place, the battle rages on though. Into Yentwood Corner. We were riding a moment ago with Shrubsall. He's just at the back of that group, number 178. We ride with him now. Just up ahead of him is 292 Ryan Meaden. We've got Andrew Batner there as well, number 141. Heading around Piff Path Corner, and then around to Gracelands. And a nice move there. Oh, thought about going up the inside did Shrubsall, who in terms of the 500 freshman is in second place overall. Going into Tarzan Corner, a door open there. Oh blimey, that looked a bit close.
Good pictures from Steve's camera though, I have to say. Lovely sharp pictures.
Not bad at all. Giving a real insight as to what's happening. He's not wasting any time here, is he? Shrubsall.
It's like one of those MotoGP games, Steve.
Up the inside he goes, and Batner there as well, 141, with his take on an orange vest anyway. He's not working on the roadworks on the side, although there are a few cones about.
But as always at Rockingham.
Batner there is trying to fight his way onto the Thundersport 500 Cup podium.
Should be said, in fact it needs to be said, that although I'm saying about low grid numbers and all the rest of it, I mean, you're still looking at a grid and a half. At the poorest entered event, a grid and a half. There's still kind of like 60 bikes, 60 of these Thundersport 500s. So, you know, you've got the elites, you've got the seniors, and then these freshmen. You know, it's still by far, you know, the most entered class that we have. Although it looks like for the rest of the year and next year and beyond, the 600 pre-nationals are going to come close as well.
Yes, of course, 600s might not be favoured quite so much worldwide in championships these days, but there's so many of them about, and it's still great racing. So you'll find quite a lot of them on the grid next year. Adam Campion here, well, he might fancy a charge at the main title next year, because it looks like he's the champion-elect here. Even if he weren't to finish any other race between now and the end of the season, I'd question whether anyone would be able to actually take all of the spoils.
Yeah. I mean, he'd have to move up anyway. He can't, he can't stay here as a freshman. Yeah. He'd have to move up into the elites. Yeah, I mean, it's still very, very good. And as you'll see when we get to Anglesey, you'll end up with 2 full grids again. It's an unbelievable series. I mean, it's such a success, and it's budget racing, of course. It's no racing isn't what you call cheap, but this has got to be the cheapest.
On board again here with Steve Shrubsall.
Blimey.
Some interesting lines, to say the least, there from Batner. He's put his arm up to say sorry. I don't know if Batner's got Northampton in the sat-nav type somewhere, but he just took rather an odd left turn there.
I think he thought he was into bat.
Unbelievable there for Batner. That could have gone horribly wrong, but it hasn't. This is a good scrap for second place here. Only 2 places left on the podium. Adam Campion is already home and dry with this. He's flying out front. Fastest lap from Adam Campion, a 1:35.7. It's only a couple of seconds off the outright Thundersport 500 lap record set by Joe Barton. Here we go then, up alongside Batner. He goes once more on the school straight, and they touch again. What on earth is going on between these two? Down on the school straight, they come together. Batner goes up the inside again. Well, normally...
Good racing, though. Good racing, look.
It certainly is. It's heart-stopping racing, but they're taking lumps out of each other here. On to the start-finish straight we go again, and don't count out number 292, Ryan Meaden, either, because he will fancy a go on the podium here. Batner, though, just needs to keep his powder dry a bit, not do anything too silly.
I'll tell you what, Steve, I mean, obviously everybody will see when they see the elite and senior races to come up, but these guys will not look silly in those classes. When they move up, these are like well inside the top 10.
One of the advantages, I think, of having a Thundersport 500 Cup, purely based on the numbers, of course, the overflow, is that it gives these riders a chance to improve, work on their racecraft. How many times have we seen it before in pre-national 600s, in Thundersport 500 Cups, riders that fight for championships in those classes that are then able to really mix it with the main class come the end of the year.
Well, of course, all of these guys, this is a completely separate thing, because these are all actually freshmen, so effectively this one's not actually a cup. We often do have a cup for those that don't qualify inside the main races, and then we have the elites, the seniors and the freshmen in that first grid, but these are actually all freshmen, and in the other class it's all elites and seniors, no freshmen in there. So these guys, and it's really good, isn't it? It's a little bit like, look at Batner there, ride him, cowboy.
Yeah, Andrew Batner, I don't know if he rides rodeo in his spare time, but he does.
Oh dear me.
He does not mind mixing it up, does he? Batner, look at him, he's literally using every single piece of tarmac that is available to him here at the moment, and again, look at him! What is he doing? His lines are absolutely all over the place. It's like kamikaze Batner here.
He just put his arm up again. Sorry, mate.
His arms have spent more time in the air than they have on the handlebars.
Oh, fair play.
Well, he's certainly entertaining. I'm not sure it's the safest ride I think I've ever seen. But anyway,
I think he thinks he's got slicks and full rolling suspension and triple clamp yoke and all that. It's like, I don't think he's had a good look over his bike.
Well, Shrubsall has just eaten a couple of tents. He wants out of there. He doesn't want anything to do with this anymore.
Can you blame him?
No, not at all. Here we are then on board with Stephen Shrubsall. He's now into second place. He's not going to catch Campion, but mighty relieved he will be that Batner at least is, for the time being, gone into the background. There is Campion, the race leader, a couple of seconds a lap quicker than the rest of the those other guys, and when he watches this back, he'll be relieved that he wasn't in a battle with Andrew Batner as well.
Yeah, the policy of clearing off is quite a good one, I think.
It is today. Now then, up into third goes Ryan Meaden, and now it's his turn to try and streak clear of Batner. These guys probably won't run pit boards, they're too new into the championship, but plus naught Batner might be something that's worth getting sorted out for Anglesey.
It could be a new thing to scare your rider into going faster. Plus naught Batner.
Some wild lines from Andrew Batner then, from Swindon.
Actually, we've got a new nickname, haven't we? Batman. That's it, isn't it? It's Batman.
Get the theme tune ready for Anglesey, folks. On board again with Strobsall then, coming toward the end of this first Thundersport freshman race. Or Thundersport 500 Cup into Piff Path. Strobsall here looking for his second place on the trot. This will help him out in terms of breaking clear.
Look at Batman, he's coming around the outside, look.
Unbelievable. There's an Aprilia Super Team bike just in amongst them there. Of course, they're on the back of this grid. But Batner here wasting no time. Further back, 16 and 93. It's James Bailey and Stuart Hoare. But Ryan Meaden's going to be relieved to see the checkered flag here, I think. And I wonder if there'll be any words shared between Batner and these other guys at the end of this race.
They're all good mates, aren't they? They all sort of like look after each other, and they don't mind a bit of fairing, well, they're into fairings, but elbow bashing.
Here goes Adam Campion. He's just put a lap there on Lee Wharton in this race.
His dad, Martin, don't hang about either, does he? He's on the senior podium quite regularly these days.
Father and son race team. Final lap
I think
here.
they're trying to keep up with the Steptoes.
Ah, the Leaning family, yeah. Steptoe and Sons.
Yes.
That'll be on the van next year, won't it?
Oh dear.
So here we go then. Final lap. And Campion here. He's done very well considering, Sid, these guys had separate starts. They were set off how much after?
30 seconds.
30 seconds after the Super Teens. Well, he's starting to pick off a few. He's actually in a field of 21, including the Super Teens, on his way here to finishing in 10th place outright, ahead of a couple of Super Teens. He might just finish behind Harry Lee, actually.
It's good training, isn't it?
It certainly is. Well, at least it gives him something to race against, because at the moment, he ain't got no one.
As I always say to everybody, if you can't afford to race, you know, the bigger bikes with all the tyre bills and everything else, but you love paddock life, you like a good hobby, come and do Thundersport 500.
Or become a commentator. One of the two.
Yeah, all that, yeah.
Well, there you go then. Checkered flag is out. And that was easy. Adam Campion takes his third win of the weekend. A thumbs up from Dave. And we'll have to wait a bit for Shopsall to come across the line in second. Ryan Meaden it was with third in the end. He finished a second clear of the wild Batman, Andrew Batner. Dave West finished in 5th place, ahead of Carl Finch. There's the top three then, smiles all round. And Campion, Shropsall and Meaden. We'll see how the second race fares, shall we, in just a few moments. Time for race 2 here at Rockingham, round 6 of 2017 with 3 more rounds left at Anglesey. Then we are off to Alton Park and Donington National. The round's coming thick and fast at the moment, but things should be wrapped up pretty soon if Adam Campion there, number 51, keeps on going the way he is at the moment. He's absolutely flying away. He's won 3 out of 3 this weekend, and he could be, by the end of this weekend, close to or even past the 200-point lead, which means that things could be wrapped up by the time we come away from North West Wales. Will he be challenged here? It's unlikely, to be honest. And already, as he exits turn number 1, he's got about a second lead. That just gives you an indication as to his dominance in this Thundersport 500 Cup. Now, just behind him is Ryan Meaden into the hairpin, number 292. He was third in race 1. Stephen Shrubsall is one to look out for, number 178. Second in race 1. And then, of course, how can you take your eyes away from Andrew Batner after race 1?
You mean Batman?
Batman.
The new name is Batman.
Number 141. We've been looking through the race programme for an accomplice, but can't find anyone at the moment in the 500s.
Find several jokers.
Yeah, loads of jokers, but there's no Robin. So maybe we'll have to form a partnership up with circuit commentator Robin Murphy and get a photo of them both.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin. Here is Shrubsall just making up a place here, and he's going to try and fight his way through into podium places again. So it's now Campion, Mead and Shrubsall. 1, 2, 3.
Some of the photos that he's got here, there's cinematography. I'm going to give Shrubsall a merit for this, I think. Give him an Oscar. He's some great shots.
Yeah, he's caught some good action actually. It's Andrew Batner, and to the delight of Steve Shrubsall, he's not got him to deal with in the early stages. There's number 69, Dave West. Across the line we go, and Campion it is that once again has the advantage here, number 51, lapping just so much quicker than his opponents in that first race, a couple of seconds per lap quicker than anyone else could manage. And the battle for second is getting closer here. There we see, outbraking from a long way back. It's going to be a close run thing. His nose chopped off there. Steve Shrubsall thought about it, but Ryan Meaden said, no you don't, and just shut the door on Shrubsall. So he's going to have to try a bit harder than that to get back up into second place. We ride with him once again on his Bexhill Gearboxes Honda 500. At least that's a legitimate name for a team, unlike some of the other 500s that are out there.
Never mind that, you wait till you see the names of some of the teams at the forthcoming Donington 500. Winterton Wobblers.
I've seen a few names actually for that. Looking forward to seeing
crankers.
how it gets on. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss the event, so I can't make it. I would have loved to have been there to see it. But I'm going to be rooting for kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's a reference to one of my favourite films. So I'm going to be rooting there for that team. But may the best team win, and I'm hopeful that it's successful for everyone. Riders, teams, Thundersport. Quite looking forward to seeing some of these guys running as well to their bikes. So when we bring you the next round,
two famous names in there as well.
Yeah. We'll see what the results are when we join you again in Anglesey. Of course, the race will be done and dusted, so we'll be able to reflect on it.
I think we'll have to film it next year, if there is a next year.
Maybe. Steve Shrubsall then. Again, looking to outbrake Meaden, and this time I think he might have just got the block pass done. He has. He goes through into second place then. Meaden demoted to third. Batner, well, for these two it's good news. Batner's up into fourth, but he's not close to them. For the neutral, I suppose, not so quite so good news, because he certainly was 5-star on the entertainment front. Here is Adam Campion though, lapping in the 135s. You're looking at Shrubsall and Meaden's times at the moment. They're in the 37s. So there we go. Further back there, number 74, it's Daniel Black. As you can see, the orange bibs denoting the fact that these are all rookies. He's having a battle with Dave West, Matt Postlethwaite, James Bailey. Stuart Hall's out there as well, Liam Sylvan.
because a lot of them, sort of as they get towards the end of this season, will lose. So they won't have these shirts on for the whole season. You know, so a lot of them, most of them, in fact, will lose them.
Well, Shrubsall's lost his, Meaden's lost his. It's funny, isn't it? Because back in the day, it used to be the one thing that you couldn't wait to do was get rid of your orange bib. Mainly because you just didn't want to race with an orange bib on. You wanted your leathers, you might have sponsors on there, etc. Recently, though, there's been one or two riders who actually quite like to have the orange bib.
Particularly if they win.
Yes, just to sort of stick it up and really.
Yeah.
So I've noticed, certainly in the last couple of years, the trend has bucked slightly with one or two riders that are keeping hold of their orange bibs for maybe a race or two too long.
And I think some riders have become used to being beaten by lunatics. It's a little bit like there was a time where like riders would not have accepted being beaten by a girl, but it happens all the time now, doesn't it?
Well, there was once upon a time that situation, but we have some accomplished female riders, and particularly here at Thundersport, things are obviously now filtering through to World Championship level. But yeah, we've had a number of female riders that have been competitive in our time here. Steph Waddalow, Jenny Tinmouth, Georgina Poulton, Jodie Chalk, of course now Jodie Fieldhouse as well. If I've forgotten anyone, then I apologise. There's a lot more females that have entered, but I'm talking about females that have collected podiums. So there is Batner, number 141. Just having a bit of a scrap at the moment there with Lee Wharton.
141 and 1 for all. I'll get there, something like Batman.
141 and 1 for all. Wasn't that the Three Musketeers?
Musketeers, yeah. Well, 4 Musketeers, weren't it?
Oh, was it?
There was 4 of them, wasn't
Oh, was there? 4. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't ask me for their names. D'Artagnan, I know is one.
D'Artagnan, I don't know. Well, I don't know if there's some link there that you can link that to,
I'll find
Batman.
something.
But
it'll be Batman called up on the podium if he forgets the podium. So.
All for 1 and 1 for all. It wasn't even 1 for 1, was it?
I know it wasn't.
It is a tenuous link, if ever I've heard.
Any excuse, Steve.
Anyway, Campion's having a look over his shoulder already. There's a few rain spots falling here, if you look on the camera lens, and that might not be good news for Wharton there, because Batner doesn't look like he's backing off. This has been such an easy round for Martin Campion. He might argue otherwise. I wouldn't want to ride pillion, but
certainly wouldn't want to be on the back of Batman.
no
fact,
way.
I wouldn't want to be on the back of Shrubsall when Campion comes swooping across.
I think I would rather go on the back of a sidecar naked with Tim Reeves than I would actually jump on as pillion to Batman at the moment.
Not naked.
That's a result for everyone. Here is number 51 then, Campion, on to the last lap, and it's going to be 4 out of 4 for him.
Don't say that, commentator's curse, Steve.
He just looks in so much control as he goes dangerously close to the wall on the right hand side.
Oh dear. So he's taking some swooping old lines, isn't he?
He's just enjoying himself here on the last lap. You can imagine humming to himself at the moment. His lead over the rest of the field is well over 10 seconds, so he's in complete control here, despite the rain falling. The battle a bit further back is going to be interesting, though. Steve Shrubsall's in a safe second here, but what's happened to Meaden? 261 there was Liam Silva, and he's fallen away. It's Lee Wharton and Batner battling for the final podium, so Ryan Meaden, he's still out on circuit, but he's made a whopping mistake somewhere.
Probably come across Batman.
Maybe. That might not be quite so far-fetched. So Batner, on this final lap, is actually fighting for a podium, which is a bit of a worry for Lee Wharton. Through the final chicane we go. Adam Campion here. He managed to find his way past 3 or 4 super teens in this race who had a 30-second start, and in the checker flags out.
I'll go get my
Campion
Batman music ready.
has done it again. 4 wins out of 4 then for the number 51, and that is that for him. Second place is going to go to Steve Shrobsall, and Batner did get 3rd. Batman is 3rd across the line then, yet Syd's off to get the Batman music ready. Lee Wharton finished in 4th place in the end. And there you see the top 3 then, Campion, Shrobsall and Batman. In the championship, well, there you can see it. Not far away from being 200 points that. So technically speaking, it could all get wrapped up when we go to Anglesey. And that's where we're up next. These guys leaving Rockingham, end of August, bank holiday, North West Wales. We'll see you there.